Welcome to the RIOT Podcast. Day 2, no Nikki. So good times.
It's a party.
We've been having a lot of fun. Actually, see if you can tell at the beginning of the podcast that I'm so tired that I feel like I'm going to die. I mean, and Hudson doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot better. Not going to lie to you.
Yeah. I've had some hard time adjusting.
Yeah. We've been sitting in the studio staring at each other like, how do we go on? But somehow we managed.
With coffee.
Yeah. And we're here. So, hey, in the podcast today, putting your feet on the dashboard. Actually, there's kind of a theme in the podcast about us ruining things that you like.
Yeah.
Facebook Watch launches today. Oh, I forgot. Nobody likes Facebook. Hudson should get a bunch of Echo Dots. We talk hot dogs and coffee.
Yeah. Craft hot dogs and coffee.
Yeah, the real stuff.
Right.
Pirates, cruises, rally cats, and... well, that's almost everything. You got to leave a couple surprises in there.
Sure.
So, Hudson, did you nap yesterday?
I did fall asleep for like 15 minutes. I'll tell you, like an hour after the show, I was still here at work, and I was like, man, I could use a nap right now. And then I got home and fell asleep for a few minutes later in the day.
And that
was it.
All right. Well, you're a real man now, Hudson. You're an early riser.
Right.
He's up there getting the farmers out of bed, making sure they're ready. Hey, you guys enjoy the podcast, and that's it. Bye.
Baby's crying. Nails on a chalkboard. Your girlfriend saying, we need to talk. The worst of the riot. Yep, it really is that bad. On Radio U.
Nikki is obviously on vacation, and if Nikki was on a cruise, do you know what we'd call her?
Is this a joke? Is there a pun here?
Oh, I don't know. We call her the Sea Princess, which is the name of this boat that I'm looking at right now. Have you ever been on a cruise before?
No, I have not.
I haven't either. Would you go on one?
If somebody else paid for it, it's not the money, but cruises don't interest me, so I'm sure not going to spend my own money on it. But if somebody is like, "Oh, you have to go," I guess I'd go with them.
What about it doesn't interest you? Is it like it's too lazy? It's
being trapped on out at sea. Being trapped or anywhere at sea is the second worst thing behind being lost in space.
Okay.
So, like, when you have the cruise ships that get stranded or get lost, or just like everybody gets sick on there and you have a very little options of how you can remedy that.
Yeah. Everybody that comes back from a cruise is always like, it's the best. But I always think to myself, like, no, I've seen Titanic too many times. Right. Or like I've read the whatever too. I'm just scared of getting on a boat like that, I think. But everyone says you get to eat forever. That sounds kind of fun.
That is true.
All right. Well, check this. Some cruises, I always think of a cruise like, hey, it's a 3-day cruise. It's a 5-day. It's a 7-day.
Sure.
Whatever. Here's a cruise that is a 104-day cruise. That's 104 days.
Long. Are you going around the world?
I guess. So it's the boat is called the Sea Princess.
Okay.
You go through the Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea, the Gulf of something, the Suez Canal, like all these different places. But I don't know if they're back or where this news has come from, but the Sea Princess, out of its 104 days, had to spend 10 days at night under a complete and total blackout lighting restriction.
See, exactly. There's the thing.
No deck parties, no movies, no late night outdoor anything, no late night in the pool. Literally all lights under all circumstances completely blacked out.
Yeah.
Why?
No good reason. I don't know.
Pirates.
Was it really?
It was really pirates. During the day, they were conducting piracy drills, and at night, they were under complete blackout restrictions.
I mean, some people might actually think that's fun, that it's like a pirate experience, except this is real.
Oh, no, it's totally real. Yeah. They're like, we don't want the pirates to see us on the sea.
Yeah.
So, and they're talking about all these different things that you had to do to practice in case there were pirates, but there probably weren't going to be pirates, but just in case you had to be ready.
Well, they were so prepared, though, that they were doing blackouts at night. That sounds pretty serious.
But, I mean, the other side of it, that's 10 days out of 104 days.
Yeah, but, I mean, maybe if they just could have stayed out of the pirate area, if they really, what is so great in that pirate area that you needed to go over there and for your 104 days?
Yeah, so I don't know how much this cruise costs, but I figure just recreate Have a land cruise. And
Yeah.
I see that as like, you know what? You just keep using Uber Eats and pizza delivery services. You get all the food you want at your house. No pirates.
I mean, you could even just get on a boat but stay at the dock.
Actually, I mean, they do that for like the Super Bowl, right?
I think,
they bring in all
yeah,
those
boat
cruise
parties,
ships. So,
yeah.
Well, they do that because the hotels can't hold all the people, so
Right.
they'll like dock cruise ships, and you'll spend the night there instead.
Why not?
All right. Well, I just like, I always hear people say that you can do the like pizza buffet at 4 a.m. Not if there's a pirate
No,
warning in
there's
the
not.
area.
You won't be able to see the pizza.
Yeah. You know what? I might still eat it.
You're listening to the worst of the riot.
Today sucks.
Radio U.
Hudson and I have been having, I mean, what do you call it? Difficulty? Problems? Really? We've been trying to find the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup coffee creamer. Somebody tell me where I can find the Reese's coffee creamer, man. Oh, I'm sorry.
Reese's?
The Reese's
Yes, thank you.
coffee creamer.
I was debating whether to correct you or not.
Well, you know, Hudson, in behavior management, they say the first step is becoming aware of the behavior.
Right.
And I just was self-aware of the
Right.
behavior. That's
There you
actually,
go.
they say, the most important step.
That's the
in
first
altering
step.
behavior. So the Reese's coffee creamer.
There you go.
I think it's exclusive to Walmart, but we've been to Walmart.
We checked, yeah.
Yeah, between the two of us, we've been to 2 Walmarts.
Uh-huh.
Now, I wouldn't exactly call that a hard target search of every Walmart in a 25-mile radius,
Yeah.
but, you know, 2 Walmarts, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, this says, I don't know. This says exclusive to Walmart.
All right.
That doesn't mean that the Today Show's write-up on it is right. They could be wrong, but this says Walmart only. Okay. So let's see. We've been to that Walmart and that
Yep.
Walmart.
I've got a Walmart I can, another one I can check that I probably would trust more. It's got a much bigger grocery section.
Okay.
A super Walmart.
Oh, yeah, super Walmart. I've got another Walmart I could check as well. But I'll tell you what we want is we're looking for a little riot assistance here. So if you or someone you know has found a Reese's coffee creamer, you got to hit us up and let us know. And I'm talking, even if you can't give me the address, that's fine. But if
Right.
you could give me like the side of town and the town you live in.
Right.
Where this alleged Reese's coffee creamer has existed,
Yeah.
we would be very appreciative.
Because this just isn't any ordinary thing we need for a taste test. This is a Reese's coffee creamer that we are willing to really spend some time and effort to go get,
Yeah.
even if it's a little bit of a hike.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's very important because, as far as I'm concerned, Reese's is kind of a food group.
Yeah, it's its own food group.
Like, it's its own thing. It's loaded with the protein and sugar that we need.
Yeah.
The protein that Hudson needs for his keto plan.
Right.
And the sugar that I need to live. And so, between the two of us, like, it may be the all food.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, because yesterday I actually had a protein shake
Okay.
for the first time. It was free. I won it. And
You won it?
I won it. Yeah, it was.
Were you at the fair? No. Did you knock over 3 cans?
It was a contest thing that I got entered into. I won, which is great. It was just
my
a
gosh.
random happenstance. But and then they're like, "Can you review this?" And I'm like, "You don't want me to review it."
Did you tell them that?
No, but it wasn't
Oh,
good.
man.
After I tried it, I
Okay.
knew that they didn't want me to review it.
Do you like, I was going to say, do you like protein shakes, but you never had one?
Yeah,
so.
never. I mean, I don't know. This one was like an all vegetable. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, okay.
I actually tried 2 of them because I was like, maybe it's just a bad flavor, but nope. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing, but it was pretty nasty.
Okay. All right. Well, my take on that would usually be that there isn't a protein shake out there that you couldn't really dress up with some Reese's creamer.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you had, let's say you're drinking that protein shake and all of a sudden you put a couple of ounces of Reese's peanut butter cup
Right.
creamer in there, all of a sudden it comes alive.
Right.
In a real way. Now we just need to find it. So 877-2-RADIO-U, a phone call, a text, hit us up on Twitter. We need some help.
You don't have to apologize unless you've done something wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't even think straight right now.
This is the worst of the riot. We're very, very sorry.
Did you watch the Cardinals game last night?
I didn't get around to that.
Why not?
Well, the Cardinals aren't in my market, first of all. They weren't on ESPN. I actually did watch some baseball. I watched the Red Sox for a little while.
Okay, you did. Yeah. And you're wearing a Red Sox hat.
I am. I'm a real fan.
You're a Red Sox fan.
I'm not just somebody, baseball's a tough one. There's a lot of people that say they're fans. They have 162 games out of the year. They don't watch any of them. Not me. I watch.
You watch. See, I don't, baseball's not my thing. I have a friend of mine that likes baseball. I like watching baseball with him because he provides what I consider to be hilarious and interesting commentary on the baseball game. So, I catch a couple of baseball games a year with my friend Brad, who is a diehard Cardinals fan.
Okay.
If the Cardinals lose, it's best to avoid them in the morning.
Wow.
And I will tell you...
That's tough because that happens 70 or 80 times a year.
Don't tell him that. The other thing about him is that he won't let... In general, he doesn't like to let people watch the game with him because he gets so frustrated. He only lets his true friends watch a game with him because he doesn't want people to see who he really is when sports are on. Okay. Well,
I think he has a problem, by the way.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him you said that. I'll tell him.
I like sports, but I like to keep it in check. And actually, I feel like watching with other people helps you do that. Wow. For me, but not for him, I guess.
Well, hey, I will tell you, one of my mom's friend's husbands, I thought this was a joke, but it's a true story.
Okay.
He had heart problems. His doctor straight up told him to stop watching Ohio State football.
Whoa.
And so to this day... he DVRs the game, and he only watches it if they win because he can't handle the pressure of the moment to moment. It's so bad for his heart.
Yikes.
That's real, bro. I seriously thought it was a joke, but that is a true story.
Wow.
So he DVRs the game and only watches it if they win. I mean, I do a little yelling, but it doesn't get like that.
Yeah, I mean, you get into it, but you gotta... It's just a game that doesn't affect your life in any real way.
You're obviously not a fan, Hudson, if it's just a game, okay?
Clearly not.
You ain't got it. So, look, last night the Cardinals, they were playing the Royals, and they had a rally cat. Did you guys see the rally cat? So, last night a cat runs onto the field, and they have to catch him. And I think the photos of the dude whose job it was to chase the cat down, the cat is obviously... freaking out.
Yeah.
And this guy is holding this cat and running across the field. He got scratched. That's got to be a thing.
He's going to get some shots, I think.
Yeah.
After that one.
But the rally cat ended up being the rally cat because Molina hit a grand slam.
Yachty or Molina.
Dude.
Yeah.
Grand slam, Hudson.
Are Yachty your mind?
Yeah. So they've been calling him Rally Cat, and he's all over the interwebs today.
Well, that cat, I guess if it didn't have a home before, maybe it's been adopted. And ironic because a cat and a bird coming together, but it works.
It totally worked. Well, maybe the cat chased the bird and put some life into it.
Right.
Death inspires me
yeah, exactly. The 21 Pilots song, whatever the words are. Dog inspires a rabbit.
Yeah. So... I mean, there you go. Death inspires me like a bird inspires a cardinal.
Cat inspires a cardinal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works for me.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Them honey buns and Cheetos done caught up with me.
The Riot with Nikki.
Yeah, she's a liar because I don't know her. So whatever she says is a lie. So.
The Riot. Radio U.
Facebook. I still use Facebook. I was just about out on Facebook until Facebook bought Instagram.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it gave me a reason to be back because I'll Instagram something. I'll also post it to Facebook and then I will interact with people underneath my...
And then you can get the attention you desire from your Instagram post on Facebook.
Hudson, it's not about desiring attention. It's about maintaining
attention.
It's about maintaining a social media presence in a world that requires you to maintain a social media presence.
Sure.
So, I mean, you can't be in broadcasting and not have some social media.
Well,
I mean, I just see you constantly retweeting people. That's your presence on social media.
I don't know about constantly, but okay.
No, in my Facebook feed, it always says RT, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't your Twitter feed your Facebook?
It does.
Okay.
It automatically connects. But I mean, I just feel like I'd probably maybe retweet 2 tweets a week and tweet one of my own once a week. I'm not. I mean, I read it all the time, but I'm not as much in on social media.
You're not a contributor. You're a creeper.
Yeah, right.
Hudson
I'm not
the
an
creeper.
influencer. I'm just influenced.
Man, Hudson, what are you going to do? Like, the man is telling you how to live and what to do. Okay, Facebook today, and it just depends on who you is, slowly over the day, they are rolling out the watch tab. So that is where Facebook is launching their videos. And I am not one of the chosen few that has received the watch tab yet.
I'm about to log in right now to look.
Dude, what if you're that guy?
Yeah.
But wait a minute. You don't even... If you have it and I don't, that's totally unfair, bro, because you're a creeper and I'm a contributor.
I don't have any Facebook, I don't have a reach on my posts or any influence on my posts, but you should be one of the first people to be able to see this thing.
I wouldn't say my reach is that large, but, you know. So they say that there are going to be different categories, and you're like, science fiction, action, adventure. No, how about most talked about, what's making people laugh, and shows your friends are watching. It sounds like Jeopardy. So we got a peek at it. They're going to launch original programming starting on August 28th. But as of right now, it looks like it's just going to be a place where you end up with, well, you know what? It doesn't say. I wonder if, okay, like, you've got a video that you watch and you're watching it on Facebook, but it's actually a YouTube video. Do you think those YouTube videos will show up in the watch tab? Because my guess is no.
I would think that Facebook would probably shy away from that. Because they don't want YouTube stealing any of their thunder. Their ad dollars, really.
That right there. Like, they don't want you watching a YouTube ad when you could be watching a Facebook ad.
Right.
That's what everything is all about all the time.
Right.
So, I don't know. Well, if you are on Facebook at all and you want to get a look at what their video thing is, because let's face it, they want to crack at YouTube and some of the Snapchat original programming and stuff. So that's what Facebook is doing. They say they're even going to do at some point scripted dramas.
I've seen a few of their shows, be talked about a little bit, but nothing that looks really good.
Man, I don't have a good... Well, I'm sure that because they're Facebook, they've got the money to do whatever, but...
They should.
I'm not interested in anything that Facebook is going to produce, at least so far.
Leftovers from the most disgusting meal you've ever had. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Fidget spinners out! Begin spinning! Did you bring yours, Hudson?
I don't have one, believe it or not.
You don't have a fidget spinner?
Every time I walk into the gas station and they're sitting there at the thing and I'm tempted.
Yeah.
never took the $2.99 plunge.
Dude, fidget spinners obviously they were ubiquitous before, but I feel like the adults have finally caught up.
Right.
Because I was in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Have you ever been there?
No, I have not.
That is the most touristy place you've ever seen. And so every store, every gas station, but like every restaurant, every like t-shirt stand, like everybody had one. And then I went to the fair. Holy crap. Like the fair, they were like, everybody was selling fidget spinners at the fair. And I look at that and my thought was like, come on, like, doesn't everybody have 3 fidget spinners by now?
Seriously.
But I was working the Radio U booth at the fair and I heard 3 kids. And I mean, well, I don't know how old they were, but like they were little and they were like, Mommy, they have fidget spinners. Can I get one? And I was like, well, I guess it's still working.
Yep, it's somebody's into it.
Dude had a fidget spinner out and wanted his mom to buy him one. And it was like, well, I guess this is good. Yeah, this fidget spinner has a skull on it, so you probably need to get that one too. Well, there is right now a company in, I believe it's Japan, that's putting together what they call the Rolls Royce of fidget spinners.
Yeah, that's a sentence we never needed.
Most of the time, I see fidget spinners. They're running about $5. I've seen them go for as much as I've seen them go for as much as $12. But this particular fidget spinner has a ball bearing in the center that spins with the greatest of ease. They say that this particular fidget spinner will spin for 12 minutes.
With that, like, uninterrupted. You just one spin and then boom.
Spin it, let it sit. 12 minutes.
But isn't part of the fun just, you doing the spinning? Or, like, if you just sit there and hold it? Well, I mean, I guess I just don't understand.
Well, what do you like to do when you spin?
When I fidget?
Like, do you do any, like, tricks with yours?
I haven't tried it, so I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
So then you don't understand the relief that can come with a good spin.
Yeah, apparently not.
Well, all right. 12-minute spin, and this particular fidget spinner is retailing in Japan for about $160. So there you go.
That's a small price to pay for something you'll be tired of in a couple weeks.
Dude, you'll just need to get another one.
Yeah. So a better one.
Yeah.
15-minute fidget spinner.
Well, they might be working on that right now. This company in Japan that makes these, they make ball bearings for satellites, like space, and computers. And somebody had the idea of like, hey, you know what? You could really make a wicked cool fidget spinner with these things.
You know where the real money is, not in satellite ball bearings. It's in fidget spinners.
Mommy, I want a $160 fidget spinner.
If you put a cool enough commercial on TV, that'll work. Somebody will want it.
It's just something to think about. Like right now, you've got a fidget spinner and whatever it has on it, that logo, it's personalized, whatever it is. I just want you to know that right now in the world, there's a better one than you have, and you should probably look into getting it.
The Riot has a problem with authority.
It's a little rule. Maybe you're not familiar with it. Nobody tells me what to do, ever.
So a couple years ago, something bad happens. And then you got to get out there and tell people about it. That's the case of what's happening here with this lady in Georgia. This is so freaking messed up. Like, this has never occurred to me in my life. Okay, so she's in her car with her husband. Husband is driving, and she's feeling fun and flirty and cute, and she's got her shoes off, and she goes ahead and puts her feet up on the dashboard, and she's texting and having fun, and then the next thing you know, she looks down and her foot is facing the wrong way, like she's looking at the bottom of her foot.
No,
because she had her feet up there on the dashboard. They got in a car accident. The airbag deployed. No. She broke her nose because her knee was thrust up into her face that fast.
That's a problem.
She kneed herself in the face and broke her nose, dude. I'd freak out. Like, I couldn't get in a car again.
Yeah.
I'd be done. So here is her, recounting of. She says, the airbag went off, throwing my foot up and breaking my nose. I was looking at the bottom of my foot facing up at me. She said it took her a month to start walking again, and it's been 2 years since the accident, and she still hasn't fully recovered.
Yikes.
That is insane. So the reason that she's out there talking is because apparently during the summer, this is a thing. You take your shoes off and you put your feet up on the dashboard. Yeah. And she's trying to raise awareness to people about putting their feet on a dashboard, especially if you've got a passenger side airbag.
Yeah.
Because dang, yo. Let's see, the Chattanooga Fire Department also put out this warning. Here we go. While traveling this weekend, many passengers have their feet on the dashboard of their car. Airbags deploy between 100 and 220 miles per hour.
Whoa.
What? That's fast. If you ride with your feet on the dash and you're involved in an accident, the airbag may send your knees through your eye sockets. They say that's happened. Think about that. You break your eye sockets with your knees.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm going to be really sore because I don't think I could actually put my knee up to... Nope. I can't even touch my chin. There's too much blubber between me and my knees. But look, it's a thing. So I guess the moral of this story is you probably shouldn't travel that way.
Yeah, that's too bad.
What about just putting your feet out the window then? That's probably okay.
Then they probably just tear your ACL or something. Like your knee would go sideways, so it would break that way instead of...
That doesn't sound good either.
No, it doesn't. But I mean, I remember in driving school, they tell you you don't actually want to hold the steering wheel at 10 and 2. like they used to tell you, because then you break your elbows if you get in an accident and the airbag deploys. So you have to hold it lower so that it doesn't expand and break your arms.
Ouch. That sounds awful.
Yeah, what is the deal with these airbags? They're killing us.
So I should be holding... Well, the argument is, like, hurt you a little so you won't get hurt as much.
Right.
I think is what they always say.
Oh, no, it's definitely better to have an airbag than to not.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like Hudson likes this whole airbag thing. Like, it doesn't... Is this an approved Hudson airbag?
We can put a man on the moon. We can't make an airbag that will not break our arms and legs if we get in an accident.
Yeah, exactly. That's it right there. Dude, that sounds like something that your grandpa used to say to you right
definitely.
there. I can't believe we can put a man on the moon, but we can't make an airbag that isn't going to jam my foot through my face. It should know. The airbags in my car actually has a thing where it has some kind of sensor that I'll actually get an idiot light that pops up and tells me passenger side airbag has been disabled or something like that. If there are certain things like conditions that aren't met with the airbag.
That's weird.
It is kind of weird.
Mine, it'll
I'm sure
only
I paid
ding
extra for it.
Mine will ding if you don't have a seatbelt on, if there's enough weight in the seat. So obviously, if you're driving, you need to have the seatbelt on. But sometimes, like if my dog is in the passenger seat, it's like, why don't you have the seatbelt on? Because it's a dog. Oh,
so you don't care what happens to the dog?
No, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah,
the dog's not going to sit in a seatbelt conducive fashion.
Well, then he shouldn't be in the front seat of the car, Hudson. I'm just saying you're not being a responsible dog owner by letting your dog put his feet up on the dashboard of the car. You need to stop.
You're hearing it for the first time, and it sounds terrible.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
You know what we need? We need more Amazon Echoes.
Yeah.
We need some Amazon Echoes and some Amazon Echo Dots, and we just need to scatter them all over the house.
Everywhere, so they can listen to every single thing you say.
That's the thing. The NSA is having a hard time hearing you in the bathroom. So what if you put an Echo in the bathroom and the bedroom and the kitchen?
Right.
Probably in the basement.
It'd be much better for them that way.
What about the pantry?
Why not?
What about the den?
Anywhere you might say a word.
Walk-in closet?
Yep.
Basement? Finished basement, fourth bathroom,
outside,
third car garage,
the yard. Yeah.
What about inside your car? You seen those? I've seen a lot of people. I've seen people online saying like, "Hey, if you have Wi-Fi in your car," which I don't, they're like, "Your Amazon Echo is the best thing you could put in your car. Let us show you." And
actually, that's not a bad point. That's probably the only place where it actually would come in handy, in my opinion.
I'm sure it would be very cool. You know what? I actually have an Amazon Echo Dot.
Okay.
And it's in my kitchen. And I will tell you, I use it a lot. I set timers with it. That's the thing I do with it more than anything else. I set a timer with it. And because, hey, does anybody have one? Alexa, set timer for 2 minutes. And then it will be like, bing, 2 minutes. Your al dente, whatever is done. And I use it for music too. Like but sometimes I'll Bluetooth my phone in, but it can play all that different music.
Okay, hold on. I have a real quick question.
Okay.
You have a phone.
Yeah.
Can you not say, I honestly don't know, because I have a phone, a smartphone, obviously. I don't know. I've never used OK Google. Can you say, OK Google, set a timer, and will it do that?
It will. If you have your phone set up to do that.
Oh, okay.
The reason I didn't was because it does wear on the battery. Sure. Because that means your phone is always
constantly listening to you.
And
it's always with you wherever you go.
Yeah, so I did, when I first got my phone, I did that a bunch. And then, now I've got it set where you can hit a button and then your phone will listen and you could tell it what you want it to do.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
That works pretty well.
Yeah.
But the new hotness for the Amazon Echo and Echo Dot is they say that they're going to introduce multi-room audio. So the idea is like, okay, Hudson, you're in the kitchen and you love that new August Burns Red so much it's the best.
I do.
Right in the middle of being in the kitchen, whoops, you just spill that newly mixed fresh teriyaki protein drink all over your pants. And you're like, I need new pants, but I love this song so much.
I couldn't possibly.
So you end up staying in the kitchen with that hot teriyaki protein drink stinging you, and you really wish you could change, but you don't. But imagine a world where you can walk all the way from the kitchen, through your den, out through the third car garage, into the pantry, up the secret staircase, into your walk-in closet and change your clothes without ever having your song interrupted.
And it would be synced up throughout the whole... I mean, that's
exactly right.
I mean, counterpoint to that, again, I mean, it's not going to be as high quality, but if I just have music playing on my phone and my phone is on my person, which it always is, same thing can happen.
So you're saying you have to carry your phone with you? Like, is your phone probably in your pants? What if you just spilled your teriyaki protein shake on your phone in your pants?
Well, that's a different story.
All I'm saying, Hudson, is that you're trying to come up with reasons why not.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that there are too many reasons why. You should spend, I'd say, upwards of $1,000 to buy an Echo Dot for every room in your house.
Sure. Of course,
and that way you can keep listening in every single room. And I don't want to hear any more talk about you carrying around some portable media device when it needs to be in every room. Period.
Right.
We're done.
I'm sorry.
This conversation is over.
How dare I question the almighty Amazon?
They're telling you what to do. And I'll tell you what, it's a good thing there's not an Amazon Echo Dot in here, because if they heard you, they might rough you up a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
I've got an Amazon tablet. Hopefully it's not listening.
Oh, it's listening.
Don't want to talk to the Riot? We completely understand. Text instead. 877-2-RADIO-U.
Man, I think a gas station hot dog sounds really good.
You know what?
What?
I eat hot dogs every day for lunch now.
Every day?
Yeah, with the keto.
Every day for... Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, that's one of the easy things I can make here at work and whatever. But I don't eat it with a bun. Yeah.
No bun, dude.
But I'll
and
say...
no ketchup.
No ketchup, yeah. I put some sliced cheese on it, and that's it. But
okay,
I'm like, similar with the black coffee, I now know that which hot dog brands are actually much better than the others, because you get the full taste of it.
Dude, that is what you're talking right now is 1,000% truth.
Yeah.
Like, I am now to the point where I drink my coffee black. I will say I've started putting like a little bit of sugar in it.
Yeah.
Now, I know you can't do that.
No, I put one packet of stevia.
Okay.
Which, like, if you told me this a year ago, I'd be like, you're the worst person. You drink black coffee with stevia, but I mean, it's not that bad.
Well, maybe you've just become the worst person.
Yeah, I am.
Right
I'm
now,
getting
you're
terrible.
the worst possible version of yourself. But you're absolutely right. I've gotten to the point now where I would have bought any kind of coffee, whatever, I don't care, just put the creamer in it.
Yeah.
But you start drinking it black and you're like, whoa, guy.
Right.
You don't even know the difference in the flavors of these coffees.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Well, yeah, because you're probably like me, where you wouldn't even get the regular half and half. You would get flavored creamer.
Absolutely.
So that covers up so much, a multitude of sins in a cup of coffee.
Dude, preach.
You can put the Cinnabon creamer in a cup of Folgers, and it's still going to be drinkable.
Now, I'm going to call a flag on the play on that because I tried putting peppermint creamer into some Folgers, it was Maxwell House. Maxwell House is actually the worst coffee that has ever been created.
Yeah.
And even with a gallon of creamer, that 3 ounces of coffee was just undrinkable. Just absolutely not.
No, I never would buy Folgers or Maxwell House, but I mean, if you're in a pinch, you can drink it with flavored creamer.
You do what you have to do.
Yeah, like, you got to get the coffee in somehow.
Exactly. I mean, like, Maxwell House is still better than no coffee.
Yes.
That's hard to say. Like, I have a hard time getting that out, but it's truth. It's truth.
Definitely true.
So then what is your go-to hot dog brand?
I've found actually that Oscar Mayer is not bad. Now, I haven't tried all of them. I'm sure I've had good experience with Hebrew National before I went on the keto, so I believe that those would be good.
Okay.
Same with Nathan's. But as far as, like, I actually just recently switched. I had some Ballpark hot dogs.
Those are my personal favorites.
I think the Ballpark, it might just be the style, because again, it matters if you get like Angus or whatever, but I've found that the Oscar Mayer versions are much better than the Ballpark. Yes.
That's fascinating because, like, I really genuinely love a Ballpark hot dog. But I'm loading it down with things that you're not loading it down with, Hudson. So I'm putting it on a potato bun with ketchup and, yes, some cheese.
The biggest thing, though, is, like, it's not that the Ballpark tastes bad, and they're still good. It's still a hot dog, but it's the texture of it. Okay. It's a lot more sausage-like.
Okay.
Whereas they
do plump when you cook them.
Yeah. The Oscar Mayer is a lot more, I guess, they've grinded it up more or something like that. So
Okay.
Smoother finish.
So you're telling me right now in the fridge, you have got for yourself an Oscar Mayer how many of those hot dogs are you eating?
2 or 3.
For lunch? What do you eat? What do you eat with that?
Just the cheese. I would do like salami or pepperoni or something also, because I'm very limited. And then like I'm not going to make something here at work. So unless I happen to have leftovers, hot dogs and like anything I can microwave or just eat cold is pretty much what I'm limited to.
Okay, right. But anything that's Kino friendly, you're in there. All right.
Anything meat.
Yeah. So Tammy says, Oscar Mayer Selects are my favorite. No nitrates or nitrites. How concerned are you about 8s and 9s?
I'm not sure what they are, but I'm sure they're bad. So
it's really bad.
Your morning, but without yelling, laughing, or music.
Don't deprive me of that.
We wouldn't dream of it. It's The Riot on Radio U.
So randomly, actually more a few minutes ago, we heard about hot dogs for breakfast, and so we started talking hot dogs.
Right.
We've learned that Hudson eats hot dogs for lunch every day now. Tammy said that Oscar Mayer Selects are her favorite. No nitrates or nitrites. Okay. Andrew says that Oscar Mayer Angus hot dogs are the best. They say they're expensive, but they're almost always on sale at my grocery store.
Well,
so
that's what I kind of have been doing, is that I'll buy what's cheapest. Now here's an important thing. You cannot buy hot dogs that aren't all beef. Do not get chicken or pork hot dogs. That's or turkey. That's disgusting. I had a roommate once that was like, that never even knew there was a difference. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
I have certainly eaten turkey dogs, but I feel like they almost inevitably make me sick. There's something about, I don't know what they're putting in a turkey dog, but it's not like, right. I don't feel very good right now. So it never works out for me.
But I feel the vindication from Andrew and Tammy saying that Oscar Mayer is the best. But I mean, Nathan's is really good too, in my experience with them. So tough to beat.
I got a text here. Somebody in OKC didn't grab their name. They want to know, Hudson, what is your go-to coffee brand? Like when you buy coffee, what do you buy?
That's tough because, again, on a budget here.
Well,
so if we're talking, first of all,
so no civet poop coffee for Hudson.
Right.
Is that what you're
absolutely
saying?
not.
Okay.
What's that one called? I
don't remember.
Kona, whatever.
But
Kahlua,
it's like,
something from Hawaii.
Okay, no, the Kona stuff. If you can get straight Kona coffee, friend.
I have had real Kona.
It is so good.
And that is good.
It is so good.
Yeah.
Put that in a cold brew. Like, you're done. It's so good.
But for coffee, like there's different tiers. Because if I'm going to like a fast, drive-through coffee, I'm getting Tim Hortons. I actually said earlier today, Tim Hortons black coffee is better than, to me, many other drive-through coffees with cream and sugar.
Okay.
So Tim Hortons has got that figured out, and I don't mind buying theirs as ground coffee also. If I'm going with cheaper ground coffee, I usually go with chock full of nuts. However, I haven't had that since I went black. So I don't know if that holds up as well.
So then if you're brewing straight black coffee at home, what is it?
Right now I have Cameron's, which is something I found at Meijer, and it was on sale, and it has been all right. I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it either, but it was like more expensive, but then it was on sale. So I was like, well, if it was $8 normally, it must be good for $5, right? I'm getting a steal. So, I mean, I've been happy with it, but it hasn't been, like, blown away. Usually, though, I'll get... my mom works at a roastery or whatever.
Okay, so you're getting the hookup.
Yeah, she'll hook me up, and that's in Maryland, and you've probably never heard of it. I'm very much a hipster.
Which means it's the only good stuff.
Right. Yeah.
All right. For me... I will, if I'm really desperate, I'll get a cup of McDonald's coffee because it's $1.
Right.
And I've definitely done that a couple of times, but I used to buy Millstone coffee. I would grab that like at a grocery store or whatever. And I actually went to their factory store because they used to make peppermint coffee.
Yeah.
And I would buy literally cases of it and take it home.
Yeah.
And they quit making it. And then I burned their factory store down. And But then for real, I talked about it on the show a little bit last week, but I have a friend of mine in Newark, Ohio, who just opened a coffee shop called Coffee Shack Roasters.
Okay.
And I buy my coffee from him.
Nice.
And it's single blend something from sourced wherever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, but it's good. He roasts his own coffee. Right. And so that's where I typically get my coffee from.
There really is something to be said. I mean, it's not just I think if you talk to coffee people, you know that the small roasters and whatever really are. It's not just a thing you say. They're better than anything you can get at the grocery store, even if you're going for higher end stuff.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. The only thing that I will add is, like, while I enjoy really good coffee, I'm not so highfalutin that, again, I won't hit up Tim Hortons or McDonald's for a cup of coffee.
Yeah. I mean, that's the normal, I think. I mean, it's more normal for me to get that than it is to get some fancy coffee at the store or whatever, but that doesn't mean it's not better.
We need to figure out how to take our coffee sensibilities and apply it to hot dogs. Where are the single sourced, locally whatever roasted hot dogs?
Yes.
Where do those come from?
The Riot is the radio equivalent of Taco Bell meat. Radio U.
It's been a good week for Nikki. She's on vacation. It's been a bad week for goats.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you saw what happened in Portland. It sounds like an episode of Portlandia, man. There was a goat in Portland that was charging a police officer, and they said they tried time and time again to push the goat aside, stay out of the way of the goat, all these different things that they were trying to do, but in the end, they said the goat had to be actively pacified.
Ooh.
Which, a police officer carries with them a firearm, which they can discharge at passing goats at will. At least that's exactly what ended up happening here.
No, they did? They shot it?
They shot the goat.
Oh, no.
See, that just doesn't seem like something they would do in Portland. In Portland, it seems like, they would all be the friend of the goats.
I was thinking that, yeah. I mean, it's almost surprising that they are allowed to carry guns in Portland.
I would like to get the mayor of Portland, of course from Portlandia, on our show to talk about what happened with this goat.
That would be great.
That's really what I want to do. How much do you think this goat costs? He's a special goat. He's not just any kind of goat.
What kind of goat?
Or
what makes it special?
I'm looking. I'm waiting for it. I wasn't ready to answer the question. His name was Volt. And he was, I don't know.
Some kind of special goat is my guess then.
That's a good choice. It's $1,200.
Oh, okay.
$1,200 goat.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a goat.
That's a lot of money for anything besides a car, pretty much.
Yeah.
That goat is more than my rent per month.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it is. Come on.
Imagine living that life where you have a goat that's worth many people's rent.
So I said it was a bad week for goats. I mean, there is an upswing to this, is that I see in Chesapeake Bay, there is an island that's for sale. And apparently this small island is populated by goats.
Wow. Actually, I believe that because there's a horse island there, too.
All right. Well, this island of goats could be yours for $1.5 million.
Wow.
What I'm seeing here is that I have tried to tell Nikki this time and time again.
Yeah.
There's money in goats.
There is.
There's money in goats. And she's like, I don't want to have a goat farm. That's basically her saying, I don't want to have money.
Right.
Because if she would start up a goat farm at $1,200 a piece for goats, she could eventually buy Goat Island, where she could shoot her reality show.
Right.
I got a whole business plan for this.
Honestly, $1.5 million for an island without goats is a good deal, and then the goats are just an added bonus, and you can monetize that. And like you said, the reality show, and there's so many different avenues you can go there. The goat milk, they are not counting that. Goat cheese, yeah,
that's a thing. I buy goat cheese.
Goat cheese is not bad.
Yeah. So when you really, can you have goat cheese on the keto?
I believe so.
Are you sure?
I can have any. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, anything. You can have anything at work, right?
Any cheese.
Because anything at work doesn't count.
Yeah, anything at work doesn't count. That's why I'm eating plain hot dogs.
Yeah, because, doesn't count. It's fine. All right, well, I'm just telling you guys, if Nikki doesn't want to take me up on my goat consulting firm, if you're thinking about a business plan, I've got a goat plan that is, I'm not going to say it's foolproof, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the Riot is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Hudson, what kind of like a lunchbox do you use? Like, what do you, like when you're carrying food back and forth from home to school or home to the radio station, what do you use?
Usually just a grocery bag.
Like just a plastic bag that you got when you got your food?
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Because, like, I feel like my whole life's getting rearranged. I need a new bag, like, for work. And then
you need new shirts.
I do need new shirts, bro. You don't even know, right? And then I'm working on this. Okay, like, I've started this new eating thing, so I'm carrying a bunch of food back and forth that I didn't used to. So now I had this great Star Trek lunchbox. It's great. It's a great lunchbox.
It is a great lunchbox.
It's fine.
I've seen it.
It looks like a child would carry it, which is why I want it. And so I have had to start carrying that and a grocery bag, plastic bag, back and forth from home to work.
Sure.
And so now today, I had a friend of mine who loaned me what looks like an old woman's lunchbox.
Oh.
It is a big, insulated, I could carry half my fridge back and forth to work kind of bag. Now, it is black, so at least that feels quasi-masculine.
Sure.
But, if I was a power player, I'd go out to lunch. That's what it says. Like, I don't bring my lunch back and forth. What is this, peasant country?
Yeah.
I'm rich and famous. I go and they bring me my fried food.
You might as well just have a pail.
Yeah. That's what I feel like. I came in today and I was like, oh, I brought my gym bag. Oh, it's my lunch bag now. That's how big my lunch bag is. But you know what? I'm fine. Like, they don't make novelty bags for, like lunches that are that big.
Not novelty soft-sided coolers.
That's what I have. I'm carrying a soft-sided cooler. And while there was great relief in having only one bag to carry, that was great. I've got to tell you, it's pretty sad when I look over there and see that it's a 31 bag.
Ooh.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not customized with my name.
No.
But
it doesn't have a picture of Captain Kirk on it or anything like that.
There's not a spaceship or a logo.
No.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
You're really growing up is what it is.
That's what I can't take it, dude. I can't take it. Next thing you know, I'm going to be in here wearing a polo and khakis.
You'll have a lanyard even though we don't need them.
I'll just start wearing one. Then I can swing my keys on it.
Yep.
Like, hey, Hudson, how do you feel about working this weekend? No. Somebody help me!
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
Red Bull today, cocaine tomorrow.